Hello and welcome to the new Tableau Advanced Dashboard case study where I am discussing the COVID Google Mobility Report. So this is a mobility report during the lockdown which happened on COVID, and what I'm basically showing is what is the impact on the grocery stores within the residential complex, retails, places where you have the retail stores, transit, workplaces and parks, right? And we should be able to then select each of these components and see the relevant output over here. Not only this, you have the option of doing a comparative analysis. For example, I have chosen the country 1 as India and I'm comparing it with the United States as to what is the change, when we do an actual comparison. So it looks like both the countries have changed during this time. And the lockdown date is also a dynamic date. So 325 is there, but I want to change this to 331. It will change to 331. So the line which I want will going to shift as well, right? In both these charts. So I can select two different countries over here. I can select the lockdown date, and then I can even select the heat map measure over here, which is right now grocery and pharmacy, but I want to change it to something else. I can change it to look it over here. However, you will be able to find the relevant information in the tab itself. So what it goes over here is a chart like this, which shows you overall activity from highest to lowest and the average. This dark line is indicating the average activity and this line indicating the lockdown date in both these charts. So as you can see, we are keeping the chart separate when it comes to the selection, but we are keeping the chart same when it comes to the lockdown date, right? Also, heat map measure is something which is an additional. We are giving it for this heat map, which is also, this is an Indian states. These are the states in United States. Let's say we want to do some sort of a comparison, we can do that. Whole idea is this dashboard will basically enable you to do the comparative analysis, produce a layout like this, which is quite easy and straightforward for your users, and do whatever comparison you need, right? So it shows how the impact of the mobility is. Okay, and then if I go and click on residential, this will change to residential. If I go and click on retail, it will change to retail and the color will change to white. If I want to come back to grocery, I will come back to grocery and it will all work fine. Okay. So that's what it is going on in this dashboard. So let's go ahead and start with the grocery. So what we are doing is we are basically creating sort of a chart like this, which is based on the grocery. We are creating it for each one: grocery, parks, residential, and so on and so forth. And with the help of the reference line, we are creating this line, which we can move it based on the lockdown date that I am creating as a measure, right? So that is one. Second is you have grocery 2, which is for comparison. You have parks 2, and so on and so forth. This type of a table. So you can see how interactive and amazing this visualization looks like, and with the help of a median you can clearly identify where the average is. Residential 2, retail 2, transit, workplaces. So multiple charts after changing the dimension, but once you have identified how would you configure this, you will be able to do it easily. Heat map is straightforward. We are simply using the shapes, and with the help of the heat map measures that I am creating based on a selection of the parameter, this will going to change, right? So heat map 2, then you have filter 1 and filter 2, because we need two different filters for countries. And finally we are creating this dashboard over here, which is where we are making sure that this filter is associated with only these visualization and this filter is associated with only these visualization, right? And data for this, you can find it over here. So this is a data sets field. So the link for the data set as a folder, so this is a folder link which I usually give, and over here you will find this sheet called data set, this one. This will open it up here in the sheet and you will find this COVID mobility data set, which you can download and recreate this, right? So that's what I wanted to show you, how you can create it. I use this in my training as one of the examples of how to create comparative analysis dashboard, introduce functionalities like this, and get the best user behavior or allow the user to consume your data with a lot of interactive features. With that, thank you so much. And if you need any information or you face any problem, put it there in the comment and I'll help you guide. With that, thanks so much. I'll meet you in the next case study.